Shabbat Shalom. I know many of us are just moving one level up from an absolutely astonishing dinner and learning opportunity that we shared as a community, the opportunity to learn from two extraordinary human beings and to be offered by our Tikkun Olam committee a chance to do something meaningful in a world that so often feels outside of our control. So for those of you who were there, welcome one level up. And for those who are still in your coats because you've still got the breeze coming in with you, I hope the warmth of our sanctuary offers you that sense of hope that so many of us are carrying or in need of.
So let us begin on page 2, song number 4, Hine Matov, How Good It Is to Be Together. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Nei matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Nei matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. And we are delighted to ask Bernie and Lisa to come up to light our Shabbat candles. Thanks for doing so. And you'll find these blessings on page 1 at the top of the page if you have a prayer book. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlek ner lehadlek ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom.
And before we call Roberta Lasky up to share some words with us, let's turn to the bottom of page 8 for Romamu. And I doubt that I was the only one tonight at the dinner at the panel to feel very moved to tears, even by the words that we were hearing. And what is reverberating in my heart right now is the power of being seen, the power of being known, the power of being believed in, of being worth somebody's time and energy, and what power that has to transform. And I feel like I wish we could all just sign up and that this would be right for all of our lives to do this. If it isn't, there are ways that we do that in every action that we take in this world. We can always choose to see another person fully and to get to know and to listen so deeply to who a person is. And that is the biggest gift I feel that we can offer. It's love, it's attention, it's prayer, it's holy. And so I'm just feeling so moved that we are here together again on a Shabbat, on this very cold Shabbat, and welcoming in those who are joining us online from their cozy, warm homes. And at the bottom of page 8, I was thinking about this psalm, Romamu, Adonai Eloheinu. And we sing this, we have a couple of melodies for it. It's always pretty joyful. And that word Romamu, to exalt or to lift up. And I just feel like that's what we're doing with our lives. That's what we can choose to do with our lives, is to lift ourselves, but in doing so, to lift up those around us with a knowing, with a knowingness, with a friendliness, with a soft heart. So let's sing this tonight, lifting ourselves, carrying these stories in our hearts, acting on them in the ways that we can in our own lives. Romemu, let's be the lifters, the exalters. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Keep Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Keep Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Keep Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Keep Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Last one. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. So almost, I don't know, I've lost track of the years, maybe 27, 28 years ago, I was working I was serving as the cantor in the synagogue in Haverhill, and I was working part-time, and I was being called, thanks to Karen Morse, to Shir Tikvah. And it was slichot. It was a September evening, Saturday night, and a woman named Roberta Lasky was coming to check me out and to make sure that I was going to be okay here. And Roberta walked in. I don't know if you were there, Tim, but he was there. Okay, Roberta says you were there, Tim. And from that moment on, Roberta Lasky has worked tirelessly for our congregation, ritually. When we had no building, she was the chief schlepper organizer, and so many other things. And then we came to our 40th plus anniversary, and Roberta had planned to share a story, her Shir Tikvah story, at the Saturday night Story Slam, but wasn't able to be here. And so we are giving her story time now as we begin the Shabbat service. So Roberta, with such honor, will you come up and share your story with us? With many thanks for all of your hard work over these many years.
Testing.
Yeah, okay.
I want to thank Beth and Rabbi Cari for graciously allowing me to speak this evening. After moving to Arlington and looking for a temple, I found Shir Tikvah to be an open and welcoming place. I had been a member of the temple since 1987 year. When Shir Tikvah was young, there weren't many of us. So we all had to volunteer and do many, many things. As head of the ritual committee, it was my responsibility to make sure we had a place for Shabbat services on Friday night, twice a month, and all holidays. Space was rented at the Congregational Church in Winchester and other locations, including Arlington. We even had the first Jewish service ever in Reading. I made sure there was the infrastructure for services, everything that was needed. The rabbi usually brought the heavy items, like the books and the Torah. We were the wandering Jews until 1992, when we merged with Temple Judea in Stoneham. We finally had a home. About 5 years later, it was sold, and we had a deposit on our current temple building. We had high holidays services at the Knights of Columbus, and then across the street at Town Hall, where we are now. I was on the Bema for the first few years, assisting during those services. It was much like today, except I had to secure someone for all the aliyahs, and there was many people speaking English parts. The temple selected me for rabbinic aid training at Kutz Camp in upstate New York in August 1984. Upon completion, the Union of Reform Judaism awarded me the rabbinic aid designation, RA, that I could use after my name. In October 1984, I was installed as the temple's first rabbinic aid. Outside the temple, at the beginning I represented the temple at the Arlington Interfaith Association. Besides filling in from the rabbi and doing whatever was needed, most of my work was an outreach to assisted living homes where I provided Shabbat and holiday services. One of our members thanked me during the 40th anniversary service for all the Shir Tikvah parents at assisted living communities that appreciated being able to attend Jewish services. She really appreciated it, especially for her mom. After many years as a rabbinic aide at Shir Tikvah, when Rabbi Rim retired in 2014, I was also retired. Now I want to talk a little bit about Rabbi Rim. I knew Rabbi Rim from the Waltham Temple. As one of the members of the Rabbi Search Committee, I encouraged him a lot to apply because he had the necessary skills to help us build this building that we're in now. The rest is history. One of the 40th anniversary speakers apologized to me for leaving that fact out of his speech. Around the same time, we were looking for a new cantor. Several of us went to see Beth Levin as a possible candidate. I saw her in Haverhill. We are all thankful she is still with us today. As a member of Rabbi Rim's first adult bar mitzvah class, Ellen Gorovitz, Jenna Gubay, Sharon Solomon, Bea Steinberg, and I studied very hard for 2 years before we had our bas mitzvah in 1988. It was a wonderful experience. My husband Timothy and I made another Shir Tikvah first. We were the first couple to be married in this sanctuary at 34 Vine Street 24 years ago last May. In conclusion, I want to applaud the many members that did extraordinary things to build this temple to what it is today. I'm very proud to be part of them.
Roberta, what an incredible reminder of our journey and of all of the moments, the decisions, the actions, Shabbat by Shabbat, that allow us to sit here in community today, in the strength and the solidity of this place when for so long it was amorphous. It was wherever it was on a Friday night, and with so much gratitude to you, to all. And there will be a chance to see some of the memories tomorrow evening with the home videos and popcorn. So if you are wondering what the synagogue looked like in Stoneham or anything else, come tomorrow evening and you'll get to see some of those memories.
And there are brochures on the back table. If anybody didn't get the 40th anniversary booklet, we have them for every family.
Perfect.
They're on that back table. And Andre is wondering if we can still sign up for that. Do you know, Diane? Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Somebody said yes. Martha, did you say yes? Yes. You can still sign up or just come,
Yeah.
right? Or just come.
You can
Sign up, yeah.
online, yeah.
Okay, great.
So we turn to page 11. We bring Shabbat into our hearts and the sanctuary with Lecha Dodi, singing stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we reach stanza 9, rise and turn to the back of the sanctuary, welcoming Shabbos and welcoming those who are joining us digitally and have their cameras on.
Lechan Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavelat Yaela Ela Lechan Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavelat Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hish mi'anu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo l'tiferet v'litzilah Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Yaela Ela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Oh Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki Mekor ha'baraha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshava chila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Yaela Ela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Oh Hitoreri Kiva Orekumi Ori Shir Daveri Kevod Adonai Alayich Nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Yaela Ela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Oh Vo'i V'Shalom Ateret Vala Gam B'Simcha U'V'Tzohala Tov Emunei Am Segula Vo'i Kala Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pindei Shabbat Nekavela Yaela Ela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Yalala Yalala Yalla Pnei Shabbat nekavela.
Remaining standing, we turn to page 16, inviting each other, inviting ourselves to find home here in this sanctuary.
Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. At this time of year, the darkness comes so early. The sun is so low in the sky. I'm wondering if you've had a chance to see that supermoon, that super full moon that is in the sky tonight and last night and Wednesday night. And if you've had that moment of watching as day becomes night, as evening begins. And one of the great perks of my job is that I'm in the sanctuary throughout the week in the afternoons, and at this time of year, treated to just glorious sunsets, and sitting in with 6th and 7th graders as day becomes night, as evening comes, and we sing the sun down together. So just feel in yourself how much light you're feeling, how much dark you're feeling, the cold, the warmth, the season change. And let's give a blessing to it all, to the whole array of light and dark and seasons and stars and constellations and all the phases of the moon. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, and then day turns to night. Boreyo valayla golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei. All right, let's break it down into a round. Rolling yom valayla golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei. All right, switch your part. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, and then day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day. Let's do it one more time. Boreyo valayla golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei. All right, let's all roll together. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to to light, night becomes day, day turns to night. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
You may be seated.
To the words of Ve'ahavta. And tonight we'll do the newer setting that we have. And I'm trying to remember the young man who spoke, the taller one, and I'm just blanking on his name. And what was it? Jody. When he said, when he was talking about his transformation, he said, and now I'm just all love. Like I'm just acting out of love. And I felt it in my cells. And I think because we're not seeing much of it around us, we're not seeing it reflected in our society, it feels like there's something that's gone so cold. When we sing this with all your heart, with all your soul, you shall love, and allow yourself to be loved so that you can give the love, and just to feel that whole cycle. We can create it even though we are not seeing it reflected around us. So let's sing about that love, that circle of love, that transformative power of love tonight. All your heart, all your soul, and you shall love, and you shall love. All your soul, all you are, and you shall love, and you shall love. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. All right, let's break it down into a round. All your לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. We're just going to pause for a moment. Jody, I see you back over there, the back there. Just, if you don't mind, you guys, not to put you on the spot, but we just want to thank you for moving us, for intensifying our prayer tonight. Come on in. And let's all do the all your heart, all your soul. All your heart, all your soul, and you shall love, and you shall love. All your soul, all you are, and you shall love, and you shall for teaching us tonight about that, about the power of that. Let's move to the Hebrew. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. One more, all your heart. All your soul, and you shall love, and you shall love all your soul, all you are, and you shall love, and you shall love.
The rabbis tied those acts of love, that being in love, to freedom as they moved from that prayer of love to the prayer that celebrates a past freedom and prays for the day when all are free, with the words of Micha Mocha, bottom of page 21.
Kodesh Nora Teilot Ose Fele Ose Fele Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai Michamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Ose Fele Ose Fele.
With that hope for freedom, we turn to page 25, rising in body or in spirit as we enter the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tivtach ufi agideilatecha. Adonai sefatai tivtach ufi agideilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Ponei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezorat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav lehoshia. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
In this silence after the Amidah, for 2 years, we've prayed, directing our hearts to the tragedy as it unfolded, beginning on October 7th, continuing day after day from that time. And this week in Israel, the group that has been holding the prayer sessions at the end of Shabbat for those who have been being held hostage is changing their practice. And they are changing it in recognition of the fact that there is only one hostage left, and in recognition of the tragedy that has unfolded for the Palestinians since that day, that there needs to be room in our hearts for all of it. And so we are offering a different prayer this week, a prayer that Beth refound and that Dan reminded us. We prayed at the beginning of the attacks on Ukraine. And it is Rabbi Nachman's prayer for peace. And we send it to all who are in need all over this world. So please join me. May it be your will, Holy One, our God, our ancestors' God, that you erase war and bloodshed from the world, and in its place draw down a great and glorious peace, so that nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war no more. Rather, may all inhabitants of the earth recognize and deeply know this great truth, that we have not come into this world for strife and division, nor for hatred and rage, nor provocation and bloodshed. We have come here only to encounter you, eternally blessed one. And so we ask your compassion upon us. Raise us by us, what is written. I shall place peace upon the earth, and you shall lie down safe and undisturbed. And I shall banish evil beasts from the earth, and the sword shall not pass through your land. But let justice come in waves like water, and righteousness flow like a river. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Holy One, as the waters cover the sea. So may it be, and we say, Amen.
The bottom of page 101. Those words that we just quoted from the prophet Isaiah. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, nor shall they learn war anymore. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. And now the high part. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od. All right, let's make it around. Choose your part. Lo goy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. And maybe switch your part. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. One last time. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. Lo yisagoy el goy cherev, lo yilmadu od milchama. May it be so. We turn to the words of Misha Berach on page 130. Praying for healing of mind and body, of mood, spirit. As a community, we are praying for the healing of Rabbi Rim. Continued prayers for Robin Smith, for Susan Kartz. Continued prayers for Paul Schlichtman, for Nan Owens, for Liliana Walheim Martinez, for Edward Shamash, Moshe Ben Rachel, for Mary Earls, for Ed Snow, Elizabeth Foss, Virat, for Rosemary Kierstead and Lynn Bishop, for Barney Weinstock, Harriet Weinstock, Richard Schur, for Stanley Roth, Deb Midman, for Debbie Gilman, Neil Daniels Midman, for Andy and Jeff, Jenny Vanderpool, Annie Graham and her family, for Anya Kabel and Sue Boardman. And if there are loved ones whose names you'd like to say aloud in the sanctuary or write them in the chat, if you are online, please raise your hand and we'd be honored to call on you. Candy. Thank you. Caroline.
George Singer.
My sister Nancy Stockport.
Neil.
Ellie Potash.
Patrick McCauley, Keith Corbett, and Bob Ansell.
Myrna Leaf and Brenda Chaffetz.
Carl Schwartz. Bill Williams, Adriana, and Randy on a special.
Ethan Medeiros, Manny Medeiros, and Joe Correa.
Let's join our voices together on the left-hand side of page 130 if you have a prayer book. Misha Berach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Hu Yevarech v'Yirapeh et hacholim. Berach Avoteinu Avraham Yitzchak veYaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel veLeah Hu Yevarech v'Yirapeh et hacholim. Continue at the bottom of page 31. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel ve'imru Israel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen.
Dr. Viktor E. Frankl taught between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our power and our freedom. I think this week's Parsha, in which we read the story of Jacob as he prepares to reunite with his brother, is perhaps one of the best examples of this I've ever encountered. Because since we read the same book over and over and over again for thousands of years, we get to really spread out that space and look at it. And in our lives, it of course goes by so quickly. But Jacob becomes, for us, perhaps a model about that space. He is on his way back home. He is about to be reunited with the brother he stole the birthright from and then ran away from. He is aware that that same brother that Esau is returning to him with what appears to be a fairly large army on the way to meet him. And he's terrified. The text reads, Jacob was afraid and very fearful. He divided the people with him and the flocks and the herds and the camels into 2 camps. He was very afraid and fearful. I have a feeling my high school English teacher wouldn't have loved that sentence if I wrote it in an essay. Redundant might come to mind, but not for the rabbis. They love a redundancy. It's an invitation. Why very afraid and fearful? Why are they different? What do they add by both being there? Well, if you look at the roots of those 2 words, and it is 2 different words in the Hebrew system, they actually have different meanings. The first one is vayera. I just said that. My father is watching us tonight on Zoom. He was the one in the middle of the screen, sitting next to my mother, by the way. And I just said vayera the way he says it, and I heard it. So I have to give a shout out to him. I had a little bit of the old Ashkenazi accent in there. That root is used to indicate fear, but it's a kind of fear that is tinged with awe. It's not fear trembling because you're coming at me. It's fear because you are aware of how small you are, how hard it is to do something that will matter in the scheme of things. Abraham Joshua Heschel said, the meaning of awe, or of vayera, of this kind of fear, is to realize that life takes place under wide horizons, horizons that range the span of an individual life, or even the life of a nation, a generation, or an era. Awe enables us to perceive in the world intimations of the divine, to sense in small things the beginning of infinite significance, to sense the ultimate in the common and the simple, to feel in the rush of the passing the stillness of the eternal. In other words, vayera is the good kind of fear. It's the fear of humility and perspective that lets you acknowledge importance and also lets you hold on to your place in it. And so Jacob, we are told, had fear. He had an awe, a humility about him. And that was something he had always famously lacked, was humility. So we know that he has something new in his return. He has learned something about who he is in the larger system. But he was also vayetzer. He was afraid. And this fear, vayetzer, shares the root with the word Mitzrayim, Egypt, the narrow places, the place where we are constricted and clenched and operating from our tightest version of ourselves. it is a viewpoint when one has Vayetzer that Rabbi Cari and Beth says teaches the life perspective of scarcity. It's the one that causes us to ask, will there ever be enough? Is there enough love, enough blessing, enough friendship, enough fame and fortune? Will it ever be good enough? Will we ever be good enough? And we know that Jacob carries that fear. It is the fear that led him to steal his brother's birthright. It is that sense of constrictedness, and he carries it still with him. Because Jacob, as it turns out, is just like we are. He's just a person. Jacob is a person who has within him two kinds of fear happening at the same time. Who is he to return? And if he returns, is he going to lose everything he worked for all those years? And that's where I think the teaching of Viktor Frankl comes most clearly into play. Because when he feels fear, he's feeling both of them. But if there is a moment between that feeling and when he acts, he may be more likely to act from one versus the other. Jacob, if he takes that moment to feel his feelings, gives himself the chance to say, which one do I want to lead with? Which one do I approach my brother with, my family with, my pain with? And I think that when we say we are children of Israel, we are children of Jacob, that it is an invitation for us into that space, into the space when we feel something big happen within us, to explore it, to own it, and to see that there is possibility for healing in it. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We turn to our concluding prayers, turning our hearts to those whose love lives on with us after their death. The words of Mourner's Kaddish are found on page 44 in our prayer books. We'll say the names of those in our community's yard site list, memory list, and then there'll be a chance to say the names of those you are remembering here in the sanctuary. If you are joining us online, please share the names of your loved ones in the chat.
And just in this week, we are remembering Tom Stoppard, the extraordinary writer, playwright. And in this Shloshim time in our own community, we are remembering Susan Rosenholtz, beloved mother of Ruth Rosenholtz, and Saul Rockenmacher, Rachel Rockenmacher's beloved father. The Yortzites tonight include Roz Kling, David's beloved mother, James Albert, late husband of Maura Albert. And Maura shared that, and some of you remember, of course, and we're here, that James was our temple treasurer back in the 1980s when he was in his 40s. And he died 29 years ago on December 2nd, which was his 48th birthday. It is also the yahrzeit of Louis Abdu, beloved father of Allison Abdu. And in this year of memory, we are remembering Marilyn Walheim Magnet, Alan Travis, Mark Frater, Diana Sanders, Debbie Buteau, and Connie Stolo. And if there are yard sites you are observing tonight, we would be honored to call on you. Candy. Mel Dion. Paul. Alana.
Margaret Martel.
My grandmother, Mabel Sheen.
For all those named, for those who have no one to say their name for them, we become a community of memory. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra chirte v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be an abiding blessing. As together we say, amen. You may be seated.
We would just like to offer our thanks again to the social justice team led by Annie LaCourte and for tonight's dinner and panel. And we hope to have more of these, Annie says yes, in these coming months, so stay tuned for more opportunities. And this is a sleepy time of year, and I'm seeing tired faces out there, so that's why we amp up our programming in the month of December and January. So because we need each other, so there are a lot of great programs happening this month, from Hanukkah celebrations to movie nights, adult learning opportunities, and this year, this crazy intense year, 2025, will conclude here with our programming year with winter solstice poetry Shabbat night. There will be hot chocolate and popcorn made by our own Martha Berman. That will be a week later this year. It will be on December 26th, the day after Christmas. So if you are around in that time of year, it's a nice time to come. Just be cozy here in the sanctuary and be poetry lovers calling you. Just to put that in your minds. Poetry Shabbat is December 26th.
Torah on Tap is tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be getting dark. If you find yourself tired and in need of community and stimulation, come join us tomorrow at 4.
And there's Torah study at 10, in 10:30 in the library and online, and so many, many things for us to look forward to. Let us conclude with the song Circle Round for Freedom, Circle Round for Peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children. Keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom. for all of us imprisoned. Circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children. Keep the circle whole. Keep the circle whole. Let us keep the circle whole. Keep the circle whole. Shabbat shalom, everyone.